you might be able to say, I'm covered, I got it, I'm good. However, most everyone that I meet cannot say that.
Okay.
Because every year your life changes a little bit.
That's true.
And hopefully you're having a review session with your insurance people, with your financial person, with your financial team to know exactly, okay, this is where I am in my life. This is what's happening. This is where I said I wanted to go. And what is our plan again on how to get there? And is the road that we're on still the right road? You know, I don't know how many of you have Waze, but as I'm driving through town, Waze sometimes changes direction on me. It says, oh, no, you're going to go this way instead because it knows about some kind of roadblock or something, right?
That's very true.
That's what your financial team is for. That's what that financial review every year is for. Or depending on the kind of situation you have, or if you had a life event, to say, oh, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, you had a baby this year, is that right? Yeah, okay. It's time we need to sit down and take a look at what's happening with your policies, with your investment portfolio, and see if we need to make any adjustments or if you're right on track. So life events are very, very important. When we're going through them, a lot of times we're so busy with that life event that we don't think about how it affects our financial life. And so one of the first calls after you've everyone has congratulated you on the new baby, call your insurance and financial services people and say, hey, you know what, we had a new baby, because they're going to want to congratulate you too. And they're going to want to help you to make sure that your plan is on track.
Okay.
Or if you got married.
So,
if you got
married.
You got married.
We got two in the
Right.
room.
Yeah, and I was going to say that Lisa's last name changed because she got married. But Dustin got married also, and since he's a man, his name didn't change.
Well,
but
neither did my wife. But.
Oh, she did, her name didn't change. Okay.
Good for her.
So she's a progressive woman. We like that. So how's married life?
It's interesting.
Interesting? Yeah. So
But that's
good.
what keeps you on your toes, right?
That's right. That's right. So you're learning a lot of new things.
Oh, yeah, I'm
here.
always wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
As long as
remember-
you're
Except
comfortable
when
with
I'm
that.
doing taxes, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Just remember, just all you have to remember is happy wife, happy life.
that's right.
That's
right.
what
That's
I
right.
hear, right?
Yes, and just get comfortable with being wrong. If you can do that, you're good. That's really good. Well, congratulations to both of you
Thank you.
for getting married. And so a lot of things have changed. Now, another thing we talked about last time, but I want to bring this up before I go to another subject. Your point, Lisa, about checking in with your financial advisor, when there are changes in your life. And you should check in, once a year? At least, even if there aren't any changes in your life, you should check in once a year, or anything you think is a change in your life.
Yes, because the industry is always changing. Your life is changing. It's really important that you check in at least once a year. You should always have an annual financial review.
Right.
And then, of course, during the year, if there are any changes, check in your life. And then, depending on the kind of products and services that you might have, you might be wanting to speak with your person maybe even quarterly.
Okay. And the reason I brought that up again was because with Dustin, he said that, yes, you can file for an extension on your taxes, but that doesn't mean that you are not supposed to pay whatever the taxes that are due on, before, on the 15th. So you should have an accountant or a tax person in your life so that you're making the right decisions, even if you aren't in a position to file your taxes at the right time. And so from this conversation, I would say, and Dustin, you could tell me, should the people that, are your clients, should they check in with you? When is the best time to check in with you before the April date, so that at least they'll know where they are and how much they should pay, so that they need to extend to get their paperwork in, they can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so sometimes it's probably best to check in around early February.
Okay.
Just so then if you do owe a lot, we could tell you, okay, this is what you owe, and then you have time to build up to make that payment before April 15th.
Right.
So, coming in April 10th to 12th, I'm already hectic already, but, along with everyone else. But what happens if you don't have the funds to make that payment?
Right.
So, the earlier you could do it, the better. So at least you could start putting it away.
Exactly.
Preparation for it.
Yeah, so I thought I wanted to just stop and make that point because you're right. You know, the people who don't pay their taxes by the 15th are usually running in 10th, 12th, 13th, 14th, you know, and they don't know, they may not know how much their taxes are that they need to pay, and they may not have the money. So even if you're not prepared by the April cutoff date, you should check in with your accountant or your tax person February to find out what you're going to have to pay, so that at least you can be prepared to pay it, so you're not jeopardizing yourself and putting yourself in harm's way to have to pay penalties.
Correct.
Right? And then we can deal with the paperwork afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pay and then work on the paperwork if you have to, if you're going to split it up, right?
Correct.
So, okay, I just want to make that point. And so if someone wanted to get in contact with you, if they are looking for a really good accountant, which is why I love having you on the show and I keep bringing you back, because in my mind you are a great accountant and you make it easy. You make it easy for your clients if they pay attention and listen. So if someone wanted to get in contact with you, how would they do that?
They can either call us at 310-385-8750, or you can email me. It's info@lpwcpas.com.
Okay. And you do tax preparation for not just individuals who have personal taxes, but also business taxes,
Correct.
right? And nonprofit?
LLCs, corporations, S corporations, nonprofits too.
Okay, so you have the full services.
Pretty much, yes.
All right. We're in good company, guys. And Lisa, too, give us your contact information so that when someone's looking for someone they can talk to about putting themselves in a better financial space, how would they contact you?
Sure, you can visit www.lisavallejo, LISAVALLEJO.com, or you can give us a call at the office at 323-782-3181.
Now, the next question someone's going to ask is, how, do they have to pay you for advice? Like, can they come in and bring you their information, what they have? What does that look like? How do I get an appointment with you? So I call you and say, Lisa, I have a 401k, I have this, I have that, and I want you to tell me what to do. What do I need to bring with me? And do I need to, is there a fee for you giving me advice? What is that?
So if you call my office, I'm going to tell you to gather up all of your statements, all your financial statements, your bank, your investments, your 401k, all of those different things, and we'll make an appointment. You'll come into my office, and we'll go over all of those things. I'll give you all the recommendations. I'll get a full picture of where you are now and where you are really trying to go, what your goals are, and then I'll help you to come up with a strategy to get you there. You don't have to pay me when you come in, and I'm not going to charge you an annual retainer or anything like that. Any plan that we implement using any financial services or insurance products, the carriers for those products will pay me.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. And so, Natalie, you and I, in our perfect world of mortgage banking and real estate, so what areas do you primarily work in when you talk about real estate? Because the reason I'm asking you that is because there's this misnomer out there that a realtor just works in one specific area, and that's not necessarily true. And based on my, interaction with you, I know that is, that you can work pretty much anywhere. So I want you to talk about that a little bit.
Well, first of all, I've been doing this for a long time. So I've been a realtor for 26 years. And my base is Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles is very, very large, but I've worked pretty much all over the city. I've handled diverse types of transactions. I've handled everything from bank-owned properties, REO foreclosures, short sales, to first-time buyers, to some of my clients have worked with me repeatedly. And I sell a lot in the middle part of the city, the mid-city area. I have a passion for historic properties, so I sell a lot of those. But I've worked everywhere from Pacoima to Torrance and from Pasadena to the ocean. So I work all over, including downtown and the the hot loft market.
So, but now, if I have friends in New York and they want to purchase a home, and I have a friend in North Carolina that wants to purchase a home, and I want them to get a great realtor, knowledgeable, to work with them, and I came to you, how could you help me with that?
I actually have a fabulous network of realtors all over the country that I can refer, my friends and acquaintances with, to great realtors who I know are very professional and very productive and ethical. So, just let me know. I'll put them together. I just matched someone up with a realtor. Someone is coming to Los Angeles. They were referred to me by a past client. I sold a gentleman a house many years ago, and he referred me a friend who's in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I referred the Boston client to a realtor in Massachusetts who's a rock star realtor, and then once they sell that, they'll come to L.A. and buy with me. You said something at the beginning of the show talking about people do not discuss finances with their families at home.
Right.
Oftentimes. We sort of are non-knowledgeable about all
Right.
that. I've spent much of this morning negotiating with a realtor in Arizona because I'm trying to help a family member buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm literally working as we speak, trying to help a transaction come to fruition in Arizona. It happens to be my stepdaughter. I'm trying to help her. I've matched her up with a great realtor
Right.
in that area and am helping her with that purchase. So it's something that she grew up being around her parents being realtors,
Right.
but really didn't, was clueless.
Right.
And so she's put this together in a week.
Wow.
Put this together in a week. Typically if you're going to buy something, you plan ahead.
Right.
But an opportunity
Came up.
and we didn't want to miss out on it.
Right.
So I put her together with a good lender
Yes,
in
in Arizona.
and she found a property 2 days ago. We made an offer last night, and we're
Wow.
negotiating today.
That's wonderful. And it can happen just that way.
It absolutely can.
Some.
And we've got our fingers crossed.
Well, we all have our fingers crossed. And you'll let us know how it turns out. But, that's the thing with real estate is that you can look for a place for months and not find anything. And you can look, 2 weeks and find something, and it could take, you look for something for months and you find it and you negotiate and it takes 48 hours, and you could look for something, find it in a week, and it takes 2 or 3 days to negotiate it. So there's no set time.
Absolutely.
And so
And
patience is a virtue.
And if she gets this house, not exactly if she gets this house,
When she gets this house.
she'll be like a huge success story.
That's
This is
right.
the first house she made an offer on, and she got it.
Wow. And
But
that doesn't always happen.
That goes hand in hand with the relationship I have working with you, because I've had clients that were in escrow,
Yes.
perhaps on a property I had listed, and they were working with other buyers. We had a crazy situation where I called the lender. I didn't represent the buyer, I represented the seller. I called the lender to check on the loan,
Mm-hmm.
and the lender said, "Oh, I quit. I resigned yesterday," and passed the file to his assistant.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, "Charline, we need you," and you made it happen.
Yeah. And that happens too.
Yeah.
So, my advice to someone who's purchasing a house is to let patience be your guide, because it could happen very quickly, and then again, it may not happen very quickly. And so you just have to know that, the house that's for you in most cases will be the one you get. Because usually when we work together, whether the person takes months and months to find a house, at the end of the day, when they walk into that house, they're happy. This is my house. They love it. Whether they've seen 100 houses, 10 houses, or just that one,
Absolutely.
they know their house when they see it, and that house is there for them. So just got to be patient, and we're talking about, the financial industry in itself is so diverse because, we need a number of people to help us. And it's a team effort.
It takes a
It
village.
takes a village to be successful financially, So you have this money and you think you've arrived. Now, what do you do with it?